Chronic bloating isn't just about the food that you're eating, it's also so much about what's going on in the gut. Hi, my name is Dr. Erica. I'm the naturopath here in Toronto for the Wellness Girls, and today I want to chat about chronic bloating, specifically in health-conscious women. If you're here, you're probably a wellness girl, you're eating clean, you're hitting your protein goals, you're going and you're getting your movement in. So when you see something like chronic bloating with a healthy lifestyle, it can be super confusing and discouraging and annoying. So today, I'm gonna unpack the 3 most common patterns associated with chronic bloating and lay down some simple strategies to support each. Let's get into the video. The first pattern is the irritated gut, aka leaky gut. When you see this pattern, usually women will react to numerous different foods. They'll also experience whole body systemic inflammatory symptoms, things like feeling really chronically tired, maybe having a little bit of joint discomfort, also experiencing things like brain fog. And you may even feel a little bit puffy and inflamed. This pattern shows up when the gut becomes irritated due to several different factors. Things like gluten, dairy, alcohol, refined sugars, even seed oils. A lot of these foods are very inflammatory and create little gaps in the gut lining, which causes a lot of inflammation when anything else gets in contact. Also things like stress. When we're stressed, that also can create issues at the gut lining. And overusing certain medications like ibuprofens and NSAIDs, these ones also cause a lot of inflammation at the gut. If this sounds like you, I'm going to share a few places to start. The first thing to do is reduce as much as possible all of those things that I just mentioned are irritants. Lower your gluten and dairy, lower your alcohol consumption, lower refined sugars and seed oils, and just be a little bit more conscious when shopping at the grocery store to read labels for any sneaky exposures that you may be getting ongoing. Second thing is to add bone broth into your diet. Even drinking like a cup of bone broth a few times a week is an excellent source of collagen that supports our gut lining and can be such a great add-on to support your gut health and also boost your immunity and so much more. Third thing is to address any nutrient deficiencies while working with a practitioner like myself. Certain nutrient deficiencies like low zinc and magnesium and so many other nutrients can cause issues at the gut lining, and figuring out which supplementation is best for your body can play a really important role in supporting an irritated leaky gut. The second pattern is the stressed out gut. Pattern is super common in my go-getter, high-achieving women. These are the ones that are like texting or answering emails during lunch, planning their to-do list for the next day while eating their dinner, running from one meeting to the next while eating a snack, and they're always on the go. The issue is that our digestion happens in the parasympathetic mode. This is our rest and digest mode. So when your body and your nervous system is always on in that sympathetic go, 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 go mode, it doesn't get the signal to turn on digestion, and then you'll end the day feeling really bloated. So this shows up while you're still eating clean, but maybe at the end of the day, you're really feeling that bloating. Maybe your pants are feeling a little bit tighter. You're feeling that discomfort, especially at the end of the day when you're trying to unwind. Some simple and effective strategies to support this is to, number 1, eat distraction free. This one is so important. Put your phone away, no TV, no laptop, just you and your food, and being super mindful. The second thing is to really slow down when you're eating your food. And if you are really stimulated, even just taking a couple of deep breaths to force your body into that parasympathetic mode is super important. Third thing you can do is also experiment with some supplements that can help your nervous system and also the digestive system. There's so many amazing ones available, and working with a practitioner to figure out the perfect one for you can be great. Some of my personal favorites are things like lavender and glycine to support that nervous system to relax. Also, when it comes to supporting digestion and motility, we can use something like iberogast, which is a nice combination product. There's so many different options, and working with a practitioner is the perfect way to figure out which one is best for you. The third pattern is the microbiome imbalance pattern. Women with this pattern experience so much discomfort, gas, and bloating from our high fiber foods. That's things like onion, garlic, raw veggies, beans. If the thought of eating any of these puts you in a panic, we need to chat. What happens is that these high fiber foods are providing so much food to the bacteria in our gut, and they create a lot of gas when they ferment and eat these fibers. And women with these patterns will also maybe notice that things that normally support healthy gut, like a prebiotic, a probiotic and fiber makes your symptoms worse. This is why when we think about supporting this type of gut pattern, we actually need to go a little bit differently. We need to, number one, reduce probiotic use temporarily if it's causing any aggravation. Number two, consider potentially doing some gut map testing just to see what's going on in the stools, what species are there. Number three is to work with a practitioner to have an antimicrobial approach to help manage and balance that gut microbiome, and then strategically using a specific probiotic after and gut nourishment protocol after that antimicrobial phase. So it's very specific and individual to you, so working with a practitioner in this case is very important. Another great thing that you can do is temporarily avoid foods that are called high FODMAP foods. These are things like dairy, sugars, apples, and pears. These ones can have a lot of that highly fermentable foods, which can make your symptoms worse. So temporarily avoiding those can help ease that discomfort. The biggest mistake I see is women trying to randomly cut out different foods without any specific strategy, and then they end up just really going back to their original diet without any success. But bloating isn't random. We need to take a very specific and strategic approach personalized to you and your body. When we understand the patterns that are going on and we take a look at your health, we also take a look at your lab tests, we can build something that's custom to you so that you don't need to guess which foods you need to take out. You figure out exactly which foods are going to work for your body, which supplements will support your physiology as well, and then we can help you achieve and sustain your wellness goals. This is the work that I do here virtually with clients all across Ontario. I work with health conscious women who love to take care of their body and that are looking to optimize and refine their health over time and that are looking for a personalized custom approach. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with any of your other wellness besties so that you can all achieve your best gut health ever.